back to the family channel.
Hello!
I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. And today we're going to be reacting to 1970s things found in every home in America. Now guys, before we get into the video, I just wanted to let you know Daddy is downstairs looking for a snake that has run away. He literally took everything out the cellar and still no sign of the snake. Before we get into the video, please make sure to subscribe and hit the like button.
Oh yeah.
Life in the 1970s was much simpler than it is today. We weren't constantly bombarded with technology that seems to engulf every person we encounter. Socializing meant going out for a night on the town or even having people over for a gathering. If you think back to the 1970s, there were some distinctive items that you would see in homes, and no one sees these things today. So sit back and let's reminisce together. Today, beadboard or shiplap is very popular for interior decorating, but in the 1970s, it was all about wood paneling. It may cover one wall, or it might cover the whole entire room. The paneling was often made from plywood or pressured fiberboard that was designed to look like real wood.
I actually remember this. My grandma had similar to this.
Did she?
And then my uncle as well. Like they had like a proper plywood all over the wall. And he also had loads of like hunter's trophies.
Really?
Yeah, so he had loads of the antlers all over the wall, and I think he had some heads there as well.
It usually looked fake, but it went along nicely with the earthly feel that most 70s homes had. If the walls weren't lined with wood paneling, then you would probably see some...
See, when we came in here in Slovakia, we had these like similar like flowers on it on the wall there where the stairs are.
Oh, they were just stickers, isn't it? Yeah, but I remember these as well. It wasn't actually a wallpaper, but when I was a kid, when we were painting the house, they had this roller with this, as you can see, Karen wants to join properly. They had these rollers with like a pattern, and you will roll it all over the walls.
Wallpaper. There was an assortment of styles to choose from, but they were mainly sporting geometric shapes and bright contrasting colors.
Nice.
Textured walls were also something found in homes. They might have been flocked or foiled paper, or possibly just textured plaster.
We had bumpy walls.
But the texture and the colors
in our old rooms, and whenever I'd hit my arm on the wall, I'd cut my these knuckles. It was horrible. Like whenever I was sleeping, I'd accidentally hit my arm on the wall, and it really hurt.
Used in the 70s usually made them irresistible to the touch. Once you figured out how you wanted the walls to look, it was time to move on to the floors. If there was one type of flooring that screams 70s more than any other, it would have to be wall
like a textured, it was like a photo, but it was like a carpet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she actually made that. It was like a picture. It was like a picture, but it was like 3D, like a shaggy carpet thing.
Yeah, it was really cool that I used to love.
You used to love it, isn't it?
The wall shag carpeting. This interior design trend was huge, and it was often found in eye-searing colors like bright orange. Not only was this a huge item to see in homes, it was also a huge item to maintain, from vacuuming to raking it.
Raking the carpet.
Kitchen and bathroom floors in the 70s had a distinctive style, and they were by no means plain. Linoleum was available in lots of bold patterns and colors.
We have something like this in the bathroom now because we needed to take our tiles off. What was it because?
It was we had to take our flooring off because a lot of water got under or something like that. No, they ripped it when they were doing that.
The electrician ripped the liner that was in the bathroom, so we just took the liner and we didn't put anything back because obviously we're gonna be redoing the bathroom. So
and now we've got this gross.
So we got 70 styles bathroom at the moment.
Yeah.
Loved them because they were durable and easy to clean up. Some of the patterns that could be seen during the time featured geometric shapes, while others took their inspiration from nature.
Nice.
Fireplaces were another staple of 70s homes. Usually they were made of rough rock or stones that would take up the whole wall. They really
Person
had
in
that
the
look
mirror.
that you would see in a hunting lodge or cabin,
Oh.
and they certainly made a statement.
Wow.
I don't like that so
If you
far.
didn't see stone, then it was also common to see exposed brick. This could be
I like
around the
that house.
fireplace or just a plain wall of it. It was almost like people wanted that
Is that the
warehouse
TV up
feel
there?
where they were living. You might also see these brick walls with angled ceilings. In the 1970s, socializing with neighbors, family, and friends was very popular. Once the guests made it to the living room, then they probably had a seat on your floral sofa. These were also big, bright, and bold. They may have had daisies or sunflowers on them, and what says nature more than sitting in a field of flowers?
Sorry for that
Nice.
thing Karen's eating.
If the couch wasn't their style, then they would probably pick the chair that was solid colored. It seemed like almost everyone had the harvest gold one, but yet you could also see avocado green or persimmon orange. And who could forget the round
like
ottomans that were also in the same popular colors of the time?
I can feel the texture as well. I
Beanbag
really
chairs
know
were
it.
very popular in the 70s. They could be seen in living rooms, family rooms, or
I
basements.
I love
beanbags.
Once you got in
I wanna
them,
get
you
like
were there to
I
stay
wanna get
because
one
they were
for
so
Mary.
comfy. But these lovable beanbag chairs certainly made a mess when they split open.
Didn't we have one in
TVs are
England?
a common sight in living rooms of today, but in the 1970s they were a staple in the decorating. They
Ew.
weren't flat and hung on the wall like today. These were basically wooden pieces of furniture that your living room was arranged around. Not only were these good for watching your favorite television shows, but they also had plenty of room on top for knickknacks and family photos. Speaking of televisions, TV trays were very popular. They were perfect
Oh,
for a home
Matilda.
cooked meal or TV dinner while you watched your favorite show. After all, you couldn't miss it. There were no VCRs or DVRs back then.
That looks cool. I like that.
Something else that you might see in living rooms were crocheted blankets.
Yep.
These were often made from scratchy wool,
That-
so
My
they weren't
grandma
the best for
makes these.
covering up.
Exactly. My mom makes these. Still, she makes these. Even though I tell her don't make them anymore because like we don't really
Yes.
Yeah.
use them, is it? But she's just one of those people that always gotta do
She loves
something, and
creating
she loves crocheting and knitting and stuff. She absolutely loves
Yes.
it. So yeah,
But I
I
don't
don't
like.
know where she's got it from.
I don't like these type of blankets here.
No, you don't, do you?
They look uncomfortable and they
feeling.
feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, when you're under
Well, it
them, you're all
depends.
itchy.
It
Yeah.
depends what material you use, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hate feeling itchy. That's the worst thing ever.
While watching your favorite movie. Usually they could be found on the back of the couch or on the ottoman. Maybe your grandmother made these, or maybe mom picked up a new hobby during the winter while watching television.
Yep.
These crocheted blankets had all the colors and the patterns of the time period which we loved. You can't hardly mention the 70s and not talk about macrame. This was not only in every home, but it was also all over the house.
Yep.
You could see these as potted plant holders
had
or
those.
various
Did
other
you?
wall hangings, and
That
especially
one's cool. The one with
owls.
the
The flower.
Yeah.
We had actually.
I like those.
We had few of those. We had them like a flower pot holder,
Oh, cool.
and then just like a hanging thing on a wall.
Oh,
It
cool.
was so
I think
cool.
I remember in England where there was the pub, the Green
The
Dragon.
green dragon?
Yeah.
They had them there.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, with like a dragon, I think, because it's called the
Oh.
Green Dragon. Yeah.
How do you know that?
Pottery also
like
seemed to
that.
be
I
a
like
staple in
that.
every
That's
home,
cute.
and it really went along with the earthly theme that
like that.
houses had. These may have been from someone in the house picking up a new hobby, or from the rise of ceramic artists in the decade. It was not uncommon to
something
see
about that
ceramic
in living
lamps,
Oh, we
vases,
used to
and
have
more.
something like this.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fringe was all over the place in
What's
the
that
70s.
for?
It was on vests and it was
Yeah,
even
but
a
it only
hairstyle,
covers-
but it could also
covers,
be
like-
found in many homes. It may have
Oh, we had these. We had the lamp. Do you remember? Bobby had
Oh,
it.
yeah,
it
it
was
was in
yellow.
there. It was in
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was so popular. And then, like,
I love
because
that
they couldn't
lamp.
get it in a shop, my uncle actually made it for all of us.
I love that lamp.
Wasn't it like wooden of them with the...
Yes.
Ah,
I
Yes.
love that lamp. That was
Where
such a
is
cool-
it? What happened to it?
We got rid of it now.
adorned the top of a doorway, but it was also frequently found on the top of curtains or on the bottom of lampshades. Apparently, people in the 1970s just enjoyed cleaning more things.
True.
There are several things that can be found in rec rooms that were unique to the 1970s. Whether you want to call them pod chairs, egg chairs, ball chairs, or globe chairs, these seats were actually quite cozy. You may have even had one in your bedroom. Funky lights were usually somewhere to be found near these chairs.
Those are quite like that.
These weird little lamps with colored filaments that glow lit up the room, and everyone thought they were cool. Without them, the room would have been much more gloomy than they already were. Chrome was on every car in the 1970s, but it also found its way into the home. Chrome accents could be found on kitchen chair legs, coffee tables, appliances, and even lamps. A little bit of shine was perfectly fine. Pyrex dishes are still available today, but they are really just plain and clear when compared to the 70s. Back then, you were proud to display your casserole dish or mixing bowl on the table. No kitchen seemed complete without the glass pennant lights that were above the table. These outrageously huge globes were super popular in the 1970s, and especially so if they were orange.
Oh,
Final.
we had the orange lamp like that. In a bedroom.
Wasn't there like two?
No, there was only one by Babi's side of the... No, it was on top of that shelf thing. I remember that.
Yeah, and it was so bright orange.
Yeah, when you would like take it off, it would be like pure white because you know the color. Wait, what am I talking about? This color, the curtain like makes it shine orange.
Yeah.
Tablecloths were a must-have on kitchen and dining room tables. They made cleanup a breeze, and they really helped to protect the wood table that you had.
Because in England, when we went to school, we'd always have that when it would be snack time or something, and I can smell it. We always had it with a carton of milk and some fruit, and I could just smell it. Yeah.
Now these seem to be reserved for picnic tables outside. If you really wanted to impress while entertaining guests, then you brought out the fondue pots. Everyone thought these were the greatest until someone dropped the cheese in their lap or on the shag carpet. Hopefully, you just had them stay over the vinyl tablecloth. Long before we had Keurigs, people had massive coffee makers that made a whole pot of coffee, and these were in every kitchen. There were several different brands, but Mr. Coffee seemed to be one of the most popular ones. Care for another pot of coffee? If you were in a house with a second floor, then you probably had floating stairs. They looked a little dangerous, but they were certainly a focal point in the home designs of the 1970s.
I mean, that looks cool.
During the 1970s, rattan furniture found its way into the homes from the patio. If you didn't have a peacock chair in your living room, then I'm sure you knew someone who did.
Yes. I do know somebody.
Phones in the 70s were meant to last, and they actually had some weight to them. They couldn't do what cell phones can do now, but they definitely served their purpose, which was for talking.
That's such a difference.
Push-button phones.
They probably wouldn't even know what to do with it.
No, you just put a number in.
You go like with the wheel.
On the dial. On the circle.
Go back.
Look, you go on this.
Okay.
So what would you do?
I put my finger...
Where?
So if I wanted to do number 9, I'd go
1.
Hold on. So say I want. Hold on, I can get it. No. If I wanted to go number 9, I'd go 1.
No. And then turn it to there, no?
I don't know.
Like this.
Okay, tell us.
No?
Just tell
you
us.
put your finger into the hole where the number is. So for example,
and then
put
you
it
put
in the hole number 9.
Pointy thing.
And you twist it all the way to the pointed thing.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, then you let it go.
I just wanted to ask her how to use this because we were talking actually yesterday, and the word Walkman came across. I don't know why. I can't remember the conversation.
He was saying something about Walkman.
And it actually worked out that Leia thought that Walkman is a walking stick.
Okay, what's a Walkman?
Do you know what's a Walkman?
Then guess.
I was thinking of like some creepy man or something.
It's for music.
So we actually had to show Leia on a picture what the Walkman is, and I think I'm gonna do the same for Garen.
now, but they definitely served their purpose, which was for talking. Push-button phones became available in 1963, but since they were made to last, you probably still had rotary phones in your home. If you did have a push-button phone in the 70s, then you were certainly embracing the future.
Handbag.
Alarm clocks were a necessary item to have in the 1970s, and people were starting to have fancy ones. Do you remember the alarm clocks that sported numbers that flipped? They made a cool clicking sound and came in the ever-popular fake wood veneer or some bright 70s colors. The kitchen appliances of today come in white, black, or stainless steel. But in the 70s, we had different options like yellow or green. Could you imagine if our kitchen was yellow? These appliances are long gone now, but probably not because they broke down. By the 80s, people just wanted these colors completely gone.
Oh, wow.
Taking vacations in the 70s was a big deal, and many of these moments were captured on Super 8 film or placed on slides.
Cool camera.
Family or neighbors would then come over, and they would all gather around for the big show. You certainly don't see these projectors or screens anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Home stereos were also a common sight in living rooms. The receiver might have been placed on top of the television, or it might have had its own piece of furniture to hold it up, and the record player. Stereo cabinets were the preferred way to go because they could hold all of your records and the coveted 8-track.
Not in real life.
The speakers were often found on the floor on each side of the stereo cabinet or the television.
Speakers?
Of course, the speakers and the components were often covered in the faux wood grain of the time. Since we just mentioned records and 8-tracks, let's talk about them. Vinyl records peaked in the 1970s when the concept albums like Eagles' Hotels California came out. The design covers of albums is something that seems to be a lost art. Surprisingly, records seem to be coming back, but one thing that doesn't seem to be coming back is 8-tracks. At the time, everyone wanted an 8-track player in the home and in the car. They were easy to stow away, but it was annoying how your song could be cut off as it went to the next track. Colonial furniture made a comeback in the 70s, and perhaps this was due to the bicentennial. Regardless, many homes had these pieces of furniture adorning their living rooms, bedrooms, and other areas.
Looks like a cottage.
I hope you enjoyed this little walk through the 1970s. The decade had a style of its own, and it really was a great decade to experience. What are some of the things that you remember in your home?
Wow.
As always, thank you so much for watching.
It's so weird because a lot of these things my mom would just keep and keep and keep.
See, the only thing I didn't like about this is that all of the flowers and colours.
Yeah, it's too much, isn't it?
I mean, I think one of my favourite things was the thing that you could play songs with, the recorder, and then the thing that the table that you can sit next to the couch.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I would use that so badly because I like food. Yeah.
See. I mean, like my mom, she just kept so many things, isn't it? Like she had lots of these things, and then I finally persuaded her to get rid of it.
Yeah, Mum was like,
she's like,
Mum was like, you don't need that.
Yeah, but there were some cool things, isn't it? Like, and like some things like are still popular, like the beanbags. Beanbags are still quite popular, isn't it? Oh, the vinyls came back.
Yeah. I asked one for Christmas, and I'm gonna get myself a beanbag now because I didn't get it on Christmas because I had a lot of stuff already. So I think I'm gonna get a beanbag because I have a projector that I can connect on my PlayStation. When I have a friend come over, we can.
Yeah, they're very popular. They're comfortable, isn't it? And like nice. Yeah. So. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you
in the next video.
Bye.